Warning: there will be spoils about the Arch-Illager and about his final boss, and some other content. If you don't like this, please watch another video. All viewers have been warned and advised. Yes, the Arch-Illager. Those of you that don't know who the Arch-Illager is, the Arch-Illager, or other known as Archie, is the main villain in Minecraft Dungeons. Well, is he though? He's really just a lonely child that had not had a really good childhood. Here's why. Archie used to be in a woodland mansion, but he wasn't treated well by the other illagers, and actually ended up being banished. Now, after looking for a new home, he came to our village, and then the village hated him, just like everyone else. Now, driven by rage, he went up to, well, a big structure. And then he found the Orb of Dominance, an evil orb that corrupts everyone. It also brings dominance to people and everything else, as is in its name. Now, after corrupting the Archie, Archie's no more. Now it's the Arch-Illager, and now he wants to make everyone bow down to him. And those who didn't bow, false. Yes, and that's the Arch-Illager. I'm not going to spoil anymore. There's more about him going on to the video, to the game, but I'm not going to spoil anything. So let's get into his moveset. Now, things we need to know. The Arch-Illager will be extremely light and floaty. As light as Pichu, and as floaty as Sora and Isabelle. He will have 2 jumps though. No additional move options. Now, starting with his basic attack, or his jab, can have him do a swing downwards, kind of like an up to down, then crashing down swing, with his staff. By the way, as small as the Arch-Illager is, being the size of Pichu, well, he has some pretty long melee attacks. Not as long as Richard and, well, Min-Min's, but just one step below Richard's and Simon's. Now, let's go into the second part of the jab. The second hit will have him do a horizontal swing hit with the wand, and the final hit can have him do a spin. Now, this is all based on some animations in his game, either his attack animation or his summon animation. However, his rapid jab can have him summon a light or a beam out of his wand, acting as a rapid jab. Like I said, this may be spammed, even though you just really need to hold A, and it could go on forever, dealing magic damage until let go. Now, for his dash attack, it can be an arm jab. Pretty simple. For his side tilt, we're going to do a poke forwards with his stab. However, his up tilt can launch the orb dominance upwards. Yes, he is able to do that. And for the down tilt, while sitting down, since that's pretty much his crouch, we're going to do a quick poke forwards. This is a pretty spammable move. Now, for his smashes, now this is something I don't do commonly. I don't commonly summon foes, but this is an exception since, well, we can have him summon the Redstone Golem, which may be summoned multiple times. I don't like movesets that summons, well, people and use as projectiles. One, it's only one of them. But the Redstone Golem is supposed to be used for that. Also, that's what I originally did. I really liked my old concept. So let's get into the smashes. Now, for his side smash, again, once again, like I said, some of the Redstone Golem. And then have him do a power punch. This does massive damage. And when I mean massive, I mean King DDD side smash massive. So beware. However, this is a duckable move. Unless you're so big like Gandalf and Bowser, then probably doomed. Now for his up smash, we're gonna do kind of like a charge up and then chopping both or slamming both his arms upwards. This move does has a sweet spot if you land directly in the middle. Once again, super powerful move. Unless you don't hit the sweet spot, then not super powerful. Now for the down smash, it could be the complete opposite, which would have him charge up upwards and then slam his hands down, dealing once again massive damage. If caught right under the arms, then it will bury foes. By the way, if you didn't already know, Redstone Golem will disappear after the move is done. Now, for his neutral air, we can summon electricity around him, based on his spawn and entrance in his final boss. His side air can have him do, well, a swing forward with his staff. This is based up on his jump up attack. By the way, if caught right under his staff, then it will deal spiking damage and bringing foes downwards. If you don't know what a spike is. The back air can do, well, a back poke with the staff. The up air can do a poke up with the staff. But the down air can do a multi-spinning staff spin. Now then, for his grabs. Now for his grab, like I said, we'll have him grab the foe with one hand and pummels by smacking the foe with the wand or the staff or whatever you want to call it. I've been calling it both for some reason. Just deal with it. Now for his side throw, we have him smack the foe, but then launches the foe away. The back throw, we can make the foe float. No evidence that he has the ability to do that, but we're going to work with it anyways. And then throws them back. The up throw, we can then fly with the foe, and then slams them downwards, coming back down, working as a blitz. With the down throw, we can throw the foe down to the ground. It's a pretty simple down throw. Now, for his specials, we can actually see the capability that he can use with his orbs of dominance. Yes. Now, for his neutral special, we can summon 3 slow-moving orbs. This is sort of spammable, not too spammable. Each orb does about, let's even out to make 6 hit points each orb. As you can see, it does spread out as if it keeps going. Little warning, all 3 orbs will hit if the Arch-Illager is directly right next to you. However, if you are far enough, then these orbs are really easy to dodge. So, now for the side special, we can float the orb upwards. Warning, there will be a spoil. And then summons a huge beam! Now, this is a charge-up attack, and it does kind of work like Azua's neutral special. This may be used in the air, first of all. But second of all, this does go through the entire stage. Not just the stage, the entire map. Just like Azua's neutral special. Now, 2 references to this, like I said, spoil. The first reference can be its true final boss, the Heart of Ender, which I'll explain more about it later. Foreshadowing. Which summons a beam. And second of all, we have seen from the official trailer of Minecraft Dungeons when he summons a beam. Now, for his up special, which he does do commonly, a teleport. It's a simple teleport that doesn't do any damage. And finally, for the down special, well, what does he do commonly sometimes? Throughout the entire game, even though he's seasoned, he doesn't really fight at all until you finally get to him after a long game through of the game. Now, what does he do? He summons people. Now, since he is an Illager, the most common explanation is that he summons Illagers. Now, there will be 3 specific Illagers that I'll have him summon. Who are those Illagers? Well, I'll get to that in a sec. The first Illager can be the Vindicator. Now, if the Vindicator sees a foe, it will charge towards the foe with its axe. Now, a little information about the Vindicator, it will die after 24, damage or hit points. It will deal 13 damage to foes, it will have a cooldown for the attack hit speed will be 1.5 seconds. It is a pretty fast moving Illager, and it is pretty much weak against ranged attacks. Now for the second Illager, oh, by the way, there will be a special rare alt that you see as Chef alt. Once again, rare, no difference. Now for the second Illager, it will be the Pillager. Now pillagers are armed with crossbows, piercing to shoot a foe from long distance. Now, as this doesn't really work for Minecraft, however, in Minecraft dungeons, the arrows do pierce through foes. It's just a piercing enchantment that the crossbow will have. Since this isn't really Minecraft logic, it's more Minecraft dungeon logic, just deal with it. Now, the pillager will have 24 HP. It does deal 17 damage. For some reason, yeah, I don't know why. It's just it does a lot of damage for some reason. However, it does take 3 seconds for it to reload. It is a pretty slow moving Illager, and it is pretty vulnerable while reloading, so I would kill it while it's reloading. Also, the arrows only go straight, and almost every single projectile that Arch-Illagers and the Illagers itself spawn are pretty much projectiles that may be reflected. Now, for the final Illager that the Arch-Illager is able to summon is the Enchanter. The Enchanter will shoot a beam at the Arch-Illager, teammates, or other Illagers, buffing them up. Now, it will have 24 HP like any other Illager that I mentioned. It will have a 5% buff up increase, and, well, it will have a cooldown of 3 seconds. It is very slow and does not attack. Now, one thing is once the Enchanter dies, the buff up is pretty much gone. Now, a little summary for all these Illagers. Now, let's summarize some things that I haven't mentioned. The Arch-Illager may only summon 2 Illagers at a time, and 2 Illagers top. When I said 2 Illagers at a time, that's false. It can only summon 1. It's really just 2 Illagers maxed. Now, we'll have a 5-second cooldown. And by the way, the Illagers may not jump or take knockback like in Minecraft and both Minecraft dungeons. Now, each Illager will spawn randomly. Illagers will have the player marking like assists, so it won't confuse people if multiple players are playing as the Arch-Illager. And the Illagers will take fall damage, so do not summon in the air. Now, as we got down to the specials, let's get into the final smash. Yes, the Heart of Enda! Yes, the true final boss of the Arch-Illager, which I have said once. Sorry for spoiling this, but I did say there will be spoils. Now, how this will work in Smash? Well, the Arch-Illager, first of all, the stage would be entirely covered with purple fire. Why? Well, I don't want this to be avoidable, and second of all, the Heart of Ender may summon fire. Second of all, it will just completely wipe out the stage by doing a whole bunch of attacks. Summoning beams out of his body, summoning missiles crawling on the ground, summoning his head to shoot beams, like I said. This is going to be devastating. However, the final smash does last about 8 seconds. The Heart of Ender is pretty much invincible. And that's all you need to know. Now then, for its alts, its first alt can have a blue coat, and his staff will change, and everything you'll see here. But yeah. Now, for a second alt, we can have more of a brownish coat and have his, well, staff change colors. This could be based on its poor Illager boy alt, as we see in the beginning. The third alt could have a black alt based on the Invoker. The fourth alt can have a dark red alt, which is based on the Pillager. The fifth one can have a gray coat or a gray alt based on the Vindicator. The sixth one can have had a red alt that looks like Sansa for some reason, no reference really. The seventh one can have a violet alt, no reference. And the eighth one can have a white alt. Once again, no reference. Now for its taunts. His first taunt, we can have him look at his orb while it just flies up. No damage dealt, unlike the up tilt. His second taunt, we have him lose control of his orb for a sec. As this is an ending to... Oh, wait. I can't spoil that. Dang it. And for his final taunt, we can have him just evilly laugh. What laugh? I'll just get an example up in a sec. Dang. I didn't pull it up. Of course I forgot to do that. Dang. You know what? He's going to evilly laugh. Sad that I can't pull it up. We'll have him just evilly laugh. Now, for his victory animations, starting with the first one, we have him have what he wants. He'll have all the villagers bow down. Yes, while he's on his throne. Then he just hits the Evoker, more specifically, an old leader of the Woodland Mansion. However, bow down, and then, yeah, that's pretty much the victory. Now, for the second victory, we're going to have, well, the best creation that the Arch-Illager made. Maybe not. Maybe made better. Whatever. He can have summon, well, walk in with the Redstone Monastery. But then we see, well, yeah, the Arch-Illager on his back. And I forgot to say that, yeah, there will be Shredder. I think that's Shredder. Not gonna lie, that's Shredder. When one of these heroes just walk in, and then we have the Redstone Monastery in, and then scare the foe away while the Arch-Illager is on his back. Or his head, apparently. Whatever it is, he's on it. And finally, his final victory could have him, well, fly in. Actually, it didn't get finished. You have to reset the GIF. We got him just appear. Just teleport in. Then he does, well, a smack with the wand for some reason, and then spin away and disappear. That's pretty much the victory. Speaking of pretty much, that's pretty much it. That's it. That's what if the Arch-Illager from Minecraft Dungeons was in Smash. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my best and my favorite movesets that I've done so far. It was always my favorite moveset, actually, before I done some other people. Oh well. Anyways, if you liked this video, please subscribe. If you didn't, just subscribe anyways. Just be nice and subscribe. Never mind. If you don't feel like subscribing, then give the video a thumbs up. If you want to keep track of our videos, then ring the bell if you're on a phone. If you're not on the phone, then you can't ring the bell, so that's up on yours. Anyways, one more thing. The big star competition is still on, and it probably will be the next moveset. Maybe. Just maybe. Not guaranteeing it. But it might be in the next moveset. Maybe. So, if you haven't made your own moveset, please do it. Because even if you didn't win, your name will be mentioned either way for just doing it. Anyways, that's it. That's one of the Arch-Illager within Smash. Hope you enjoyed the moveset. Bye-bye.